What's up, everybody? Hey, Tom Laird here, host of the Advice from a Call Center Geek podcast and founder of Expivia. For exceptional contact center outsourcing, trust Expivia. We're fully AI-driven, as all of you know, and can handle voice, email, chat, and all of your digital channels. Our 600-seat USA contact center is expert in healthcare, financial services, insurance, tech support, retail, and more. Experts on the NICE CX1 platform, we ensure seamless customer experiences. DM me or visit expiviausa.com for more.
This is Advice from a Call Center Geek, a weekly podcast with a focus on all things call center. We'll cover it all from call center operations, hiring, culture, technology, and education. We're here to give you actionable items to improve the quality of yours and your customers' experience. This is an evolving industry with creative minds and ambitious people like this guy. Not only is his passion call center operations, but he's our host. He's the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing Group and the Call Center Geek himself, Tom Laird.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Advice from a Call Center Geek, the call center contact center podcast where we try to give you some actionable items to take back in your contact center, improve the overall quality, improve the agent experience, hopefully improve the customer experience as well. My name is Tom Laird. I am the CEO and founder of Expivia Interaction Marketing. You can check us out at expiviausa.com. Expivia is a 500 growing to 600 seat. I don't even know if we should use seat anymore since we're mostly work from home, but employee contact center outsourcer located here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Hey, before we get into today's episode, two quick things. I don't know if you've seen on LinkedIn, but we are trying to do something kind of cool. And we're doing an NFT sale or drop for every single episode. It's not out yet, but we have the first 30 NFTs for the first 30 episodes that we're close to being able to unveiling to everyone. So how this is going to work is every single episode will have an NFT on OpenSea. And OpenSea.io is kind of like the eBay or the Amazon for the sale of NFTs. If you purchase that NFT, and it's going to be cheap, it'll be like $200, something like that. We're going to do it with ETH. So you do need to have an NFT wallet. You do need to have some cryptocurrency of Ethereum or ETH in your wallet as well. When you purchase this NFT, you're going to be able to have a fully transferable smart contract that's going to be attached to this. So not only are you going to get the NFT for maybe your favorite podcast episode, you're going to be able to have direct access to me. We'll be able to do some FaceTime calls throughout the year, just you and I, on any questions that you may have that I can help with your contact center. We're going to do some group webinars. There's going to be some gear, some hoodies and some t-shirts and some things like that attached to it as well. And remember, if you get transferred or you get bored or you don't like what I had to say in our webinar, you can always sell that NFT. So I think there's going to be a rarity to it because this is going to be one of the first podcasts to do something like that. And that smart contract and that utility on the back end is also going to be able to be transferred to the next owner, so they get the chance then to use the webinars and those types of things. So check that out. Follow me on LinkedIn if you're not. I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff on that. Also on our Facebook page, the Advice from Call Center Geek Facebook page. Also, just real quick, if you guys are listening to this on Spotify or iTunes or any of those kind of main networks, not on the website, on the Expivia website, please, if you can please post a review. We haven't had a review in a little bit, so I would really appreciate that. All right, let's get into today's episode. And I've had some questions, which I think are pretty, I guess, thought-provoking questions of where we are today, where my actual physical contact center is today. What are we utilizing? Are we back home? Are we in the office? What are some of the things that I'm looking out for now? Some of the things that maybe you should be kind of looking out for, some of the things that I'm hearing that are coming down the pipe, whether it relates to COVID, Delta variant, technology, those types of things. So I kind of want to give you, now that we're kind of we are into fourth quarter, we're heading into to 2022, some of the things that maybe you should be looking out for, and here's some of the things that we're actually utilizing. So to give you a quick background, we were 100% brick and mortar pre-COVID. once COVID hit, we went 100%, or I would probably say 99.9%, because I still came into the office, work from home. We then, in the spring, early summer, brought back about 40% of our workforce. And these were people that were financial services agents dealing with credit cards and retail, and some healthcare providers, agents, right, that had to be HIPAA compliant and those types of things. So any type of compliance, you guys have heard me say that 100 times, we brought back. Well, we sent them all home again, and that probably happened about 30 days ago. So we are about 90% work from home, and we have about 10% of our agents in support staff here. It's all voluntary if you wanted to come into the office. And, a lot of these just, want to get out of their house. Maybe their internet's not great, those types of things. So that's kind of where we are from that standpoint. My plan will continue to be the same as soon as this Delta variant drops. And where we are in Erie County, Pennsylvania, it's not dropping. We have a very low vaccination rate, even compared to the national average. So, that's been a little bit of a struggle for us, a struggle for the employees too. But anyway, that's kind of the plan, is to, as soon as COVID starts to drop and we get back to a place where I feel comfortable, we are going to bring back the retail and PCI compliant and those types of agents into the office. We are still trying to do training or initial training a very short period of time. We would normally do 35 hours of initial training here at Expivia. We've cut that down. Unfortunately, I don't like to do that, but I think that's kind of the state of where we're at. So we try to bring the reps into the office to do some initial training, fill out their paperwork, do the HR stuff. We can do it all digitally, right? And all remotely as well through the software. But we just like to see the people, meet the people, have them at least meet their supervisor face to face one time, and then we're sending them home. We can do all of our training remotely, which is something that's kind of brand new for us over the past year, but I think we've perfected it and we feel very comfortable with that. We have actually started to look outside of the Erie area for agents. So we're not going too crazy. We're not going national, but we have a footprint probably about 2 hours, almost down to Pittsburgh now, of agents that are working here at Expivia. We are still utilizing Slack for our main communication channel. We basically have set it up with channels for every client and every team that is working. So, the cool thing is, me as kind of the overall call center leader or CEO, I can have one message that goes out to the entire to the entire organization, which I know for a lot of you, we do that all the time, but for us, being brick and mortar, we really utilize email a lot more than Slack, and probably this was one of the things that really pushed us towards I guess almost improving our communication culture. So I love Slack. There's games that we're playing with it. There's a lot of different tools that we can incorporate with it and integrate into it, which we have done. So it's become a tool that is now really, email internally is dead. The only, real reason that we're using email is outside communication with clients or vendors or those types of things. But internally, we're still using Slack. The other thing that we're utilizing is, I love that Slack has opened up their video. It used to be just 15 people could do it. I believe it's up to 50 now. So again, our morning meetings, how we have a morning meeting with the supervisors and the OIC, the officer in charge, the person in charge of all the supervisors, and myself and HR. And all the supervisors then go and they have a team video meeting with all of their agents. The agents have to be on video. They can't have their video off, right? We have to be able to see them, make sure that they're active, make sure they're up, make sure they're ready to go. And then you guys have heard, kind of some of the things that we've done with Slack throughout the day, and, the first 2 hours of just making sure that we're trying to do IMs and that we're posting constantly. The other thing that is something that has pushed us, internally, it was a little bit easier to be PCI compliant. Well, it was way easier to be PCI compliant because we controlled everything. when we'll work from home, the cell phone policy and all those types of things kind of go away. So we have developed some things. We use Nice in Contact, as you guys all know. We're using secure VPNs for all of our clients, so everyone is still utilizing kind of the everything through Expivia when they come in here very securely. And also, we're making sure from a credit card, when we're securing credit cards, I know there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize that. We're basically sending the customer to the IVR. They don't really realize that. They just think we're sending them to a secure credit card portal, and the customer then puts in their credit card number. That then feeds right into the screen, and the agent doesn't get to see the credit card other than the last 4 digits or hear that is as well. So again, our agents I feel very comfortable with, but when you work from home, you might have a roommate, you might have somebody that is obviously not vetted by us in your house or in your apartment, and we want to try to be as secure as possible with that. One of the other kind of cool things from an agent engagement thing is we've taken gamification and really tried to take it to the next level. It's really easy to play games when you're in house. It's a little bit more difficult. I don't think that that's an excuse for work from home, but it's harder. So, we're using gamification software where, our reps can create their own avatars, and they can even bet each other on coins every day on certain things like handle time or QA scores, which is a lot of fun. There's a store that they can, purchase certain things from gift cards to time off to vacation time. So we've kind of figured some of that stuff out. And that's new, right? That's only been about a year for us that we've been kind of implementing those types of things. And I think it's going to get better and better and better as we roll. And the other thing is, even things like Amazon gift cards are super easy. Gift cards being sent to people's emails, right? Instead of just saying, hey, here's $20 like we used to be able to do on the floor. Right, has been kind of something that we've utilized a lot more. I'd like to I probably should own stock in Amazon. I don't, with just the amount of gift cards that we've purchased and bought for everyone. One of the other things that when we had people in house, we had kiosks set up for punching in and punching out. We use T-Sheets, and T-Sheets is by QuickBooks, and QuickBooks is our financial software anyway. So with T-Sheets now, we have rolled that out remotely. So basically, everyone is just punching in, punching out on their home computers, through the cloud. And then, we're kind of tracking it there from a supervisor standpoint, from breaks and those types of things. So that's been something that's new for us as well, right? But, we have a lot of times you have so much technology that you don't utilize or you don't think you need to utilize. But the cool thing is that you have it. And then when you need it, you kind of go and you execute upon it. And those are some of the things that, we've really seen from, really rethinking how we do things remotely, from, even just basic, using Google Sheets, and those in using those types of cloud tools, right? Just for quick meetings and talking to each other and working on projects remotely. We're using, Trello boards as well to kind of keep up to date with what everybody is doing. You're using Slack and Slack channels as well for tasks and things that we need to do there. Creating our own threads in Slack for some things that we're working on with certain reps. One of the things I did forget too is we've had QA software, but we just implemented Nice in Context QMA, which is quality monitoring with analytics, which has really allowed us to, drill down to sentiment as calls are happening, really come up with plans for monitoring for everyone. It's really enhanced our overall quality culture of the organization, be able to do things remotely. We can send things to reps that have them score themselves and do those types of things too. So, all these tools with the cloud, the cloud goes way beyond just, how you operate, and that you don't need a server in-house, right? The cloud has allowed flexibility for us to utilize so many different tools with so many different people in so many different locations that it's made, work from home easy, right? And to be honest, as a CEO, I probably did a poor job planning or thinking through this from a disaster recovery standpoint, like, going on 3 years ago, where I never thought we would have to do this. And now it's turned into second nature. But I think it was kind of a bucket of ice water in our face when everything happened and we had to scramble and rush. We had a disaster recovery plan, but everybody has that until, it's kind of like Mike Tyson says, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. So it was a new experience for us. And I think we became closer as team members. We've become closer with our IT staff. We are utilizing technology to a point where, it's maximized now, instead of just having a tool that, maybe we could use it, maybe we don't. We're really got deep into our tech stack and said, how do we utilize some things for, how we can use it? Maybe it's not even what it's made for, but, how do we utilize it for what our needs are? And I think that's been a huge impact in what COVID has done. So again, it's made, just like a lot of you, it's made us stronger. It's made our technology better. It's made how we communicate much better. I think our quality is better. I would still say our agent engagement is a little bit less, because I thought our agent engagement was awesome when it was here. It was so much fun when you were here in-house. So we're still working on that. A lot of that is still technology driven instead of people driven. And, the people driver of that, I think, is a little bit more fun. Gamification's great. But still, having high fives and talking and laughing and those types of things, can be a little bit, it's not the same. So again, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Maybe that was just for me, just kind of recapping in my mind, everything and all the things that we've done, but that's kind of where we're at. I don't really foresee us moving back in-house until at least the end of first quarter 2022. We'll see where COVID is, and we'll see where kind of some of the restrictions are at that point. But we're trucking along. Business is great. It's never been better. We're getting some of our, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, some of our states are coming back to us with 211 business and with COVID related business and Q&As that we need to answer for the general public, which is, I thought that this would be long gone by then. Not only is it not long gone, but it's coming back in full force. So, I know I'm rambling here, but one thing I want to talk about too, that I do have in my notes is, again, we are finding it's very, I don't want to say easy, but it's not that difficult to find employees if we're doing work from home, right? So we have to really, kind of set a client expectation as well, because we do have certain clients that say, hey, you have to be, in-house, right? And we'll talk to them about maybe a longer ramp up time. We can still find the employees here, but if we can do work from home, it's been pretty easy, right, to find employees in our current environment. Again, crushing Facebook with that. That's kind of been our main tool. Using Indeed and that is great, but Facebook has really been kind of the godsend for us for finding people. So again, hope that was helpful, guys. Thank you guys very much, and I'll talk to all of you next week.